Hi, my name is Milani Jordan,
My name is Willie Davis.
I'm Lewis King.
I'm Ramon Bryant.
and we did our project on a pop-up bench idea. And basically, our focus for our project was to create a bench for the homeless or people in need, especially for people who are looking for a place to stay and don't have a place overnight, especially when it gets cold. So that's what we based our project off of. So, in researching our project, we were able to find some prior prototypes made, and we used those as examples to talk about how we wanted it to look and how we wanted the joints to move based off of the skills that we had learned. And we eventually generated our own designs before putting it in Fusion 360, which helped us get a really good idea of what we were doing.
The problems we're solving with our bench is one, shelter. Shelter is the most immediate problem we're addressing because the bench one offers refuge and a safe place for homeless individuals or those who are in need. It offers temporary housing and a safe place to stay for the night. The second problem we're addressing is disease. The bench reduces the risk of hypothermia, blood clotting, and other weather-related problems, which can ultimately lead to death. Overall, this temporary accommodation for homeless individuals and those who are in need addresses the immediate need for shelter while also offering long-term stability. The goals of our project were one, to create warmth, to two, make it collapsible and retractable, to three, make it safe and easy to use, and four, make it be able to stand high winds, high altitude wind, or bad weather.
So, our first little design that I created was just the original bench. I used the extrude tool. I used the origin tool to basically create it, generated it in different pieces, and then combined it together. And that is the original bench sketch.
Okay, I'm up next. I designed the armrest. So first, I sketched it out, then I did extrude, then did fillet on the sides and on the edges, and chafer chafer on the inner parts of the armrest. And I designed it like this, like with a big, a big hole in the middle and like a piece at the bottom is because like for like most benches I noticed like there's like it's just one giant big hole. And I feel like if if you're a homeless person trying to sleep on the bench, right, it's not really a good thing for you because your feet are hanging out. So I just made it like that so your feet won't be hanging out. Then I also did the storage department, where it has all these holes in it for like rain and stuff or any fluid or liquid. And it's what it's see-through, so if safety is a factor, uh if you're wondering like what's under there, you can always see it, and it's very accessible.
All right. For my part, I made the first design or one of the first designs for the hood, kind of a prototype, if you will. Basically what mine consisted of was an attachment part to the back of the bench that could be attached to it. And then hanging out from the attachment part was the hood of the bench. And as you can see there, it has multiple parts in it. It has the holes and bolts and all that for it. And when dispersed, you can see all the many parts that was in it. And so basically I have two bolts there for the rotation of the hood. And if you look at that part right there, you have kind of like the two flaps where they kind of fold off of each other. So one part opens up and then the other part that is curved kind of like protects the pressure from the rain so that the rain drops off on the side and things like that, or any type of weather, things like that. And then yeah, that's basically it. You have the rotating things right there. And I placed washers in at the end of each of the bolts when rotating and things like that for the protective layer in the way. And then yeah, that's basically it. And then it's always foldable back, or you can fold it back down and it just lays off the end of the bench.
Okay, for my part, I created an initial prototype for the final design. I took the initial sketch of the bench and created a hole in the top and put a pin through put a pin through a hood and basically made it able to fold back and forth so it could create like a hood type place to protect from the weather. I put a handle up there. I use joint and I created like limits so it's only limited to a 90-degree angle and a 270-degree angle. And I I did that using joint for both the handle and the revolve movement for the pen.
So I also worked on it creating in the design of the hood. And for my version of the hood, I used basically the spear shape, and I was able to cut that in half and then extrude only the outer parts of the spear. And then I generated that to kind of form like a dome shape over it. And then for the joints that I made, I also used the circle tool, and then I've created 2 holes on both sides of the circle. And then I created my own nut and my own bolt and was able to put those in both of the sides and then put them in place. So I was able to put the revolve tool on it. So the hood is able to move back and forth, and it goes from it goes from negative 185 degrees to 25 degrees. And then for our final project, we were able to basically put everyone's ideas, everyone's like components, and put them into one body in one project and join them together. So for our final project, we made the hood out of aluminum, which is the red piece that you'll see here. And then you have the handle, you have the armrest, you have the storage, and then you have the bench, which is a combination of all of our ideas together. And then in final, we made the bench portion out of wood and then put that all together. So yeah, that's our final project. And we hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed learning about how we got to our project. And that is all. All right. Thank you, everyone.